And Kelsey Plum blows the lid off the joint, letting us all in.
Kelsey Plum just stepped completely out of line, and Sabrina Ionescu wasn't having any of it. What should have been a moment of unity for WNBA players at the All-Star Game turned into one of the most cringe-worthy press conference disasters we've ever seen, with Plum throwing unprovoked shade at Caitlin Clark while sitting right next to one of Clark's biggest supporters. The audacity is absolutely mind-blowing. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis was supposed to be Caitlin Clark's home showcase. Instead, she's sitting on the sidelines with a groin injury, watching what should have been her moment slip away. But that wasn't even the worst part. The real disaster came after the game when Kelsey Plum decided to take a completely unnecessary shot at Team Clark. The WNBA players had just pulled off their "pay us what you owe us" shirt demonstration, sending a powerful message about collective bargaining negotiations. It was supposed to show solidarity. Instead, Plum turned it into a petty drama fest that exposed everything wrong with how some veterans treat the league's biggest star. During the post-game press conference, Plum was explaining the morning meeting where players decided to wear the Unity shirts. Then she went completely off script with this bomb. Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present. The room went dead silent. You could feel the awkwardness through the screen. But here's what makes this even more insane. Sabrina Ionescu was sitting right there, literally arm's distance away, representing Team Clark herself. The disrespect was so blatant, so unnecessary that Ionescu couldn't hide her reaction. She immediately shot Plum a look of pure disbelief, rolled her eyes, and delivered the most sarcastic response. That really needed to be mentioned. If you are enjoying, please subscribe. The tension was palpable. Ionescu's expression said everything. This wasn't just uncomfortable. It was completely out of pocket. Here's a veteran player throwing shade at teammates who weren't even there to defend themselves, all while trying to undermine the very unity they were supposedly promoting. Want to know why Plum's comments are so ridiculous? Let's talk facts. When Caitlin Clark was announced as injured and unable to play in the All-Star Game, ticket prices crashed harder than the stock market in February 2008. We're talking about a 48% drop in less than 24 hours, from $121 to just $64 for the cheapest seats. That's not market fluctuation, folks. That's a complete collapse of demand based on one player not being available. Think about that for a second. The get-in price for an All-Star Game in the WNBA's most popular player's home city dropped by nearly half the moment she couldn't play. Some tickets were selling for as low as $60 on resale sites. People were literally trying to get rid of their tickets at any price just to cut their losses. But it gets worse. WNBA ratings tell an even more devastating story. When Caitlin Clark doesn't play, nationally televised WNBA games drop by a staggering 55%. Her own team's games without her, down 53%, from an average of 1,810,000 viewers to just 847,000. These aren't small dips. This is proof that Clark isn't just a player. She's the league right now. Meanwhile, when Clark does play, the numbers are astronomical. Her return game against the Liberty drew 2,200,000 viewers on ABC, peaking at 2,800,000. Games featuring Clark consistently rank as the highest-rated WNBA broadcasts in history. The woman is quite literally printing money for everyone in that. This is where Sabrina Ionescu showed exactly why she's respected throughout the basketball world. Instead of letting Plum's comments slide, she immediately checked her with that perfectly timed, sarcastic response. But Ionescu's defense of Clark goes way deeper than just that moment. When Clark was dealing with her quad injury, Ionescu was there offering advice from her own experience with soft tissue injury. While Plum is throwing unprovoked shade at a press conference, Ionescu is building up the sport and supporting her fellow players. She understands that Clark's success lifts everyone, not just the Indiana Fever. Don't think Caitlin Clark just took this disrespect lying down. Oh no, the Queen had the perfect response ready. When Kelsey Plum posted a series of Instagram photos from All-Star Weekend, including one where she posed in front of a Nike logo despite being sponsored by Under Armour, Clark delivered a 6-word masterpiece.